are back. All right, everybody, welcome back to the EHL, the Evolve Hype League. We are here, and we are back with Insane 521, the monster player for the team Evolve Hype, playing against Eyes on You and their Hunter team right now. How was the break challenge?
It was good, and I am excited for this for one reason.
Uh-oh. Do I really want to know? Armory!
Armory.
You know...
It's a new map. Get hyped for a different map in an Evolve competitive tournament. I am so excited for this.
I didn't even think of that. When I read the picks out loud to you, I just kind of glossed over it. Whatever, Armory.
My eyes just lit up. It was like, what?
Yeah.
It's so exciting to be something different other than the four maps which you normally expect in a tournament. I'm really excited to see how it plays out on this. I've never played Armory in a scrim at all, so I don't know how it's going to play out. I'm really looking forward to it. Raise your armory. Yes, raise your armory.
Raise your armory with your mortars. All right, folks, let's bring chat back down to a civil level so we can discuss the matches at hand. Once again, this is Eyes on You versus Team Evolve Hype. This is Evolve Hype's Monster versus the Hunters of Eyes on You. They may actually be up for another 3 games after that to play the opposite side. We'll have to see how their schedules permit and how our schedules permit as well, but I'm sure everyone would love to watch more Evolve, if possible. And man, more matches on Armory. You're right, competitive Armory. This is actually a first. Okay, they are giving me the signal that they are ready, so let's hop right into the game right now.
You do have rendering plant selected, though.
Do have rendering plant selected. Rather
Not
than
quite
picking the right
Armory.
map.
They look a bit similar. But...
We do have to change that. The caster is not used to hosting. We can get some Aegis Dan's game up in chat right now.
It's good that you've got me here to look out for you.
yeah, I would have started without even looking at the map. All right, there we go.
But yep, definitely something to look forward to. It's quite a small map. Like it feels a lot like MedLab, but it's actually a lot smaller than MedLab. One of the really, really cool things about this map and Griffin is that the sound spikes, each one individually, cover so much range that I feel you can have about 80-90% of the map covered in sound spikes if you place them in the right positions. Like, it's a very small map, but it's also got a lot of really good line of sight that the monster can use. Like, I don't know how Hunter or Monster side of this map is going into it, because I've never played it competitively, so I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really interesting. I wonder how this didn't get banned. I would have expected Armory to get banned, actually, by one of the teams.
I think a lot of teams want to play this map. Like, a lot of teams want to try it out in competitive. The Behemoth!
Yeah, Corey with the Behemoth troll.
Corey does like his Behemoth. He also likes losing on his Behemoth to every scrim he ever plays against me. So maybe he's not going to choose that. But I think we're going to be seeing Kraken. But on this map, I'm not sure. Like, this map might be really, really useful for a Goliath because the slope down allows him to traverse so much further with each individual leap that maybe he's going to pick that. And they're picking the Cabot, so yeah.
Yeah.
All Cabot into Kraken. We saw, like, this. We've seen this in the past couple of weeks, and we saw this when Sif played against Insane in the finals of the ESL, and they didn't perform well, to put it lightly. Like, I don't think you could play Cabot against Kraken in its current state.
You just think his damage is too low to really punish the Kraken?
I just think that the Kraken can outlive the damage output that is put out early game. Like, you're going to take health damage, you need to be going in being aware that you will take health damage, like, in a situation which is even. But I just think that once the Kraken is ready to go on the offensive, like, the Hunter team just doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we'll
that's
have
a good
to
point.
We'll have to see, because on a map like this, maybe they'll be able to keep on him enough that he just doesn't have the opportunity to go offensive, and that he's just going to get tracked down and he's going to not be able to do anything. We're going to have to see how Eyes on You plays this. But the thing is, we just don't know. We don't know how it's going to be on this map. We don't know how it's going to be with the Kraken. We don't know how it's going to be with any of the monsters, how they perform on this map. So definitely something to look forward to right now.
All right, and here we go. We are jumping into the first game of the second series of games here today. This is Team Evolve Hype versus Team Eyes on You. We have Insane 5-1, the monster player for Team Evolve Hype, playing the Kraken, and we will cover the Hunters on Team Eyes on You in just a moment here.
So, Insane taking the decision to go all the way down to the lower level of the map to start with, feasting on these 3 corpses which are here, which is a really, really easy and nice 3 meat to get them going. One of the things which is great about going down here is that you have this gigantic wall that Insane just dropped off, which takes the Hunters quite a long time in order to traverse up, which allows him to build up extra space, which might enable him to get the Evolve off. He'll be looking to get the Evolve ready down here, and if he gets it fast enough, he might go and Evolve in a corner down here because the Hunter team won't be close enough to him. But I think most likely what his plan is going to be is to get Evolve ready down here, then either get domed or go all the way up. But
that is such a narrow cutoff point. Let's cover the Hunter players real quick. For Team Eyes on You, playing Assault, we have Shower Gel as Markov. And on Medic, we have Weslington playing Kyra. On Support, we have Binges playing Cabot. And on Trapper, we have Mazzle playing Griffin.
Yep, they very much know that he's in this corner of the map. And now Insane has to take a decision. He's not ready for the Evolve just yet, but he's close enough. Eating 1 or 2 more meats down here, he will get the Evolve ready, and then he has to make the decision. But no, Shower Gel is right behind him, gets the lightning on him, and is preventing him from getting that last bit of meat which he needs in order to be Evolve ready. Insane going over to the opposite side of this lower portion of the map here. But
and look at their split right there.
him.
Look at their split on the map right there. Trapper in a great position. He's going to have to cut through the middle if he wants to escape.
Yeah, this is one of the things which will be difficult for Insane. I'm not sure how much team practice this match, but he's going in. He's going to accept the fact that he's going to get domed here. Banshee mine's down.
Mazzle will go down, though. No. Wow, burst and healing grenades keeping Mazzle up. Great jukes there, circling around. He's back up into the green. And Insane is domed, stage 1.
Fantastic use of LOS there by Mazzle, just preventing any of the Banshee Mines or Vortex from hitting him enough so that he gets the health back up. Now he has to make a decision, and it looks like Insane is just going to use his loop inside this dome here to try and mitigate as much damage as possible.
Yeah, and that is a great loop for a stage 1 monster. Very, very easy to continually duck around. And, you know, they could have had some nice punish on him early on, but Shower Gel was actually caught out of position by some wildlife.
Yep, he got caught by a Venom Hound, which just slowed him down. He wasn't able to get there soon enough, and they could have had the damage jump and the lightning gun going, which would have done so much punish to him. But at the same time, they don't lose anything when they could have easily have been on 1 strike right now, and Insane losing nothing. The dome down, Insane on the tiniest bit of armor left, but he's able to use the LOS of this massive wall here in order to prevent any further chip damage, and he's going to be able to get enough room now in order to get the Evolve off, I'm fairly certain. And so, Dan, if we can bring the map up just now and we can show, look how much ground those sound spikes are covering individually. Like, those are 3 sound spikes down now, and we've got 4 now then, and that whole middle portion of the map is completely covered.
Yeah, that's a great point. There is nowhere that he can go from one side of the map to the other without being noticed by this Hunter team. And look at them closing in on him right now. Mazzle on Trapper, 60 meters out. He will probably get the dome off here. I don't know if it's just off cooldown just yet, though.
It will be coming off cooldown just as he's coming out of this Evolve. The question is, can they slow him down enough with the harpoon traps in order to be able to get the dome off? It doesn't look like it. This LOS is blocking Mazzle's line of sight onto the Kraken and just not able to get the dome off, and this is where it starts going bad for Eyes on You. With a Cabot on their team, they have to make it work at stage 2 now. They have to get him down to at least half armor, at least half health, maybe even less than that, in order to stand a chance when going up against the stage 3 Kraken. I didn't catch what build Insane was using. Were you able to?
I did not either. I was unfortunately focusing on Mazel. But Insane probably finished maxing out Vortex and Banshee Mines like he always does. I don't see any reason for him to change up his standard build right now.
Yep, it's a good build to use against a team like this, which doesn't have the Hank in order to provide the support and the Banshee Mines just bursting down. So I think he's going to be playing sort of like a more melee-centric Kraken. But the question is that when he's playing that sort of Kraken, he's going to be taking extra punishment from the Cabot and Markov combination. And so right now he's almost full armor, going to be looking for the engage. Hiding in this corner here, maybe looking to get domed here because of the loop here. But Shower Dog comes in now, and is Shower Dog going to see him? Shower Dog should be able to hear him smell, and the sneak goes down. But been shooting for the wall with Cabot Railgun, knocks the Kraken off. And then back in for the sneak pounce now, and Shower Dog's got no shield now.
Yeah,
so
no shields.
He can easily go for Shower Dog now and take him down. Knocked up in the corner here, using the Banshee Mines, using his heavy attacks to knock him back and keep that.
Wow, Healing Grenade and Burst does keep him up, and the Lightning Gun and Damage Amp, they're making short work of his armor here. This is actually a good dome for them, but Shower Gel may go down now. 5% life left. Insane advances on him. Vortex to finish him off, pushing Binges back into a corner as well.
But look how much damage Insane took in that short amount of time from the Cabot and Markov punishment. He took all of his armor, and he lost a quarter of his HP in that same
Advances
time.
on Weslington now. Weslington trying to stay alive, down to 5% life, and the Medic goes down as well. Insane at 50% HP. Stage 2 Kraken, halfway dead already. But I don't think it matters at this point. Without the Medic up, they're not going to be able to stay in this fight. Weslington back up.
Shower Dog had to use the shield in order to be revived earlier from the Medic's healing grenade. But it goes down again. That's 2 strikes on the Assault now. 2 strikes on the Medic as well. This is very, very bad for Eyes on You right now. I think Insane should potentially just leave this now, try and get some armor and not get the chip damage. But it doesn't look like they're going to have the opportunity to revive these people. He doesn't want them in order to get this Medic up.
Insane down to quarter life. If they keep this damage up, no, Mazel does break off.
Mazel breaks off. Cabot goes down.
I think Mazel should have stayed in. They may have actually been able to dish out enough damage if he went full DPS.
I don't think after the Assault went down for the second time they were able to provide enough, dish out enough damage without the Assault in order to take him down. Like it would have been kind of close, but I definitely don't think so. But one of the things which really cost him there was that Chojo decided to use his shield while he was down in order to make it easier on the Medic in order to revive him. And as soon as he got revived, Insane was able to switch back to him, and he had no shield. And then with the Medic being down at that sort of situation, the Assault was just instantly on 2 strikes, and there was nothing they could do. It was fantastic play by Insane using this build, and going for the stage up now, he could be getting 3 bars of armor back, which is going to make the position even more difficult for Eyes on You right now. 2 strikes on the Medic, 2 strikes on the Assault, 1 strike on the support. This is very, very difficult for them now.
Wow, and Mazel, almost attacked by Venom Hounds right there, does manage to get away at the last minute, and Insane finishes off Lightning Strike right there, finishing off his standard build. Alright, and Insane is back out now, gonna... Wow, he's already half armored.
There's still 30 seconds on the dropship. They'll be able to get full armor and be able to maybe do some chip damage on the relay to force the Trapper in and potentially kill the Trapper after the dropship, or even before the dropship and just finish the game. But with 20 seconds on the dropship now, and it takes 30 seconds to kill the relay, I think Mazel's going to hang back, wait until it's 3 or 4 seconds left on the dropship and then shoot him. Or maybe you can shoot him from how far out he is now.
Yeah, he can. Look at that. 150 meters away.
Relay. Yeah, fantastic spot there, really far away. He's going to know his general direction, but what Mazel can do now is he can cut off to one side or the other, and Insane shouldn't know where he's coming in on. Like the dropship coming down here, like maybe he should just go back to the relay and do whatever damage he can there, but no, he's going in. He's probably going to be able to take this Trapper down before the dropship arrives and get the Trapper dead. Lightning Strike in, and
wow!
Perfect.
Wow, great strike on Mazel right there. Mazel will go down before the rest of the team can drop in at the LZ. And there it is, finished off right there.
I don't think Mazel expected that lightning strike to hit before he was behind behind the pillar, and there was no way. But
Yeah, I did not either.
Very-
Rest of the team
very-
doing what they can.
with no trapper, like insane, he goes in and out of fights he wants. Grouped up way too much. All three of them getting hit by that heavy attack right now. But even so, he's not focusing on someone enough. He's gonna. Oh, Binge goes down from that lightning strike there. Lightning strike, and that's 2 strikes from everyone now except the trapper. And so with 2 people up now, this is a very, very difficult situation for them to come back in. Like Wesington solo, and then getting the lightning strike on the Shower Gal, with Wesington being the only one alive now. This is game.
And that is game. Finishes the last remaining hunters off handily there. And look at those
Good
stats
game,
right
guys.
there. 40,000 damage done. I need
Yeah,
to mute
that
that.
lag comp is unreal.
That lightning.
Definitely a very close game. It could have gone either way in that dome on the lower portion of the map. But it was just the assault being caught out of position and not being able to, well, not having the shield in order to be able to withstand the damage output. A lot of monster players will just decide that the assault just isn't a target you should be going for. But when the assault doesn't have a shield, he's no different from the medic or from anyone else that you can attack on the team. It's a great understanding there by Insane, and being able to take that assault down just made it will just reduce the damage output that Eyes on You was doing severely.
Yeah, you're right. And had it been someone else, the whole game could have gone differently. They may have actually been able to kill Insane right away.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that there just is with Kraken, and like it just depends on whether your team likes that sort of idea or not. It's very much all in, and if it doesn't work, then you lose.
Wait a minute. We do have to back out, that's right, and I have to change the map
Which
pick right
lightning are
here.
they talking about in chat, Binge?
There we go. And they're finally all muted as well. Okay. Alright, so next up, we do have Weather Control as the next map. What do you think about that map challenge?
I think it's a fairly even map, potentially slightly Hunter favoured, but with the way Kraken is right now, a lot of teams would argue against that, which I can kind of see. It's one of the better maps in the current pool. Not as exciting as Armory, sadly, but definitely a great map.
Yeah, not as exciting as Armory.
Mm-hmm. Like at the start, like the start of the map is very much one of the things that can decide whether a monster wins or loses, because he has like all monsters will all go towards the opposite side of the map, near to the beach, and the question is, are they able to get out of that position or not?
Right.
Because you'll have the hunters going in from the dropship, and they're very much able to create a wall, which will either force the monster down onto the beach, or they'll be able to dome the monster when he tries to go up towards where the landing pad is. And the monster just has to be in and out of there as soon as possible. As we saw earlier with Legendary, he was able to get the evolve ready, and then he decided to bait the dome and then go to the opposite side of the map. That's a lot more difficult to do with Kraken due to the lower armor pool and the fact that you have less burst within your traversals, which makes it even more so important that you are as far away as you possibly can be when you try and burst towards the other side of the map in order to get the evolve off. Because you don't have this super fast way of moving like the Goliath has. Your traversals are a lot slower, but even though in a straight line they are this, like all monsters travel at the same speed,
Right.
like you don't have that same burst that you would have on the Goliath when you're trying to get away to try and avoid whatever chip damage they do to you.
All right, and we have the second game coming up right here. This is the first broadcast of the EHL, the Evolve Hype League. This is the second series of games being played here today. The first series of 6 was played earlier, resulting in a tie between Salge and Wolves Esports. We now have Team Evolve Hype versus Eyes on You. And you know what's funny here? Even though Insane has not locked in the Wraith, he actually could be picking the Wraith. I am so confused right now. These players must be trolling each other.
Binge could easily be picking the bucket, or we could be seeing the Laz come out, the bucket Laz comp.
Are we really going to see Laz Bucket here today? No
I
way.
think you're being a bit too gullible today, Dan. I think
No
we're
way.
leaving these things a bit too easy.
That I do not believe. There's no way we're going to see that today. But and look at that, he has locked in Goliath, and that's what I was going to comment on. Insane has proven time and time again his ability to play all three monsters competitively, and he has been known to switch them up. I know he doesn't like Wraith right now due to some of the balance changes, but I knew that he could definitely switch it up between Goliath and Kraken. All right, and here we go right now into game number 2 of this second series of games right here today on the Evolve Hype League.
Yep, and something different off the start is there is no Markov in this game. We have a Hyde instead. We have everyone's favourite Brit, but it looks like we're restarting the game for whatever reason. And
we are. And I just pointed something out for a minute there. I was in first-person mode after everyone disconnected for a split second. My camera was working like a no-clip first-person mode camera for a split second there, which means that it's actually present in the game. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah, okay. So the fair weather wasn't on, which you... Well, that's on you, actually. You need to go and put fair weather on.
That is on me, yeah. That is on me. All right, let us change this up real quick. Nope. Whoops. There we go. Extras.
No, it's in map effects. Go back to map effects. Yeah, you need to go along, because it's one of the last ones.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They have it.
Right. Yeah, it's right where Clear Skies would be, which is the one you don't want to pick.
Yep.
Clear Skies being the one that kills half the wildlife in the game. Well, all the nocturnal wildlife. They decide not to come out because the skies are clear.
Yeah, understandable, much like as gamers. Anyway, going into this, so with Hyde is a very different style of assault. He's an assault which excels when the monster is being aggressive onto you. When the monster wants to pick a fight, that's when Hyde comes into his own, and that's when he is definitely the best assault within the current pool in that sort of situation. When you can throw down that toxic cloud and your teammates can fight around that, which forces the monster into the dilemma that, do I go in this toxic cloud and take so much damage from the new toxic grenades, or do I try and fight away from this? That's where Hyde is really, really useful, because he's an instant way of providing area denial that if the monster goes into, he's going to get punished for. It's not like the mines, which require the setup time and can very easily be destroyed by a single flame breath. This toxic cloud lasts there for a good 8 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But the thing is that where Hyde doesn't excel is when the monster is trying to mitigate as much damage from the dome. His range is very limited on his flamethrower, so it's very difficult to connect on that. And the accuracy on the minigun makes it so that you have to try and stay as close to the monster as you can. Otherwise, you're not going to be doing as much damage as you possibly could with the assault rifle on Markov.
And these players here constantly trolling with their picks.
Mm-hmm. Which is, of course, why we see the Hank, because the Hank is really useful when the monster's being aggressive as well. Doing a Hyde and Cabot, combo is very, very difficult to pull off, because they don't work well together, because you have Cabot, who relies heavily on getting this early game momentum, but then Hyde can't support that early game damage when the monster's just trying to just run and hide inside domes.
All right, and Insane 521 taking off right now, playing the Goliath. Let's cover the Hunter team real quick here. For Eyes on You, we have on Assault Shower Gel playing Markov. For Medic, we have Weslington playing Kyra. For Support, we have Binges playing Hank. And for Trapper, we have Mazel playing Griffin. And I think this is the first time we've seen Hyde in the competitive scene in a while. If I remember correctly, he was not played at all in the ESL over the past couple weeks.
He pops up here and there, but the only time you would ever pick Hyde is if you are aware that you're going into a Goliath. Because against Kraken, he doesn't have the range, or the thing which is excellent about Markov against Kraken is the lightning and destroying the Banshee mines, and you can't do that with the flamethrower as reliably. So now, Insane here, trying to sneak around. I'm pretty sure Binge is away on his position.
Yeah, Binge
trying to leap
does
out
see
now.
him.
And so this is the important thing, just getting out of this corner as soon as possible after the dropship comes in. Might as well
We have the dome come down. Oh, great harpoon.
So now he's caught in here, and he doesn't have full armor. So now Insane has to play as careful as he can to try and reduce as much damage as possible. But when you've got Hank's laser cutter coming in, and you've got Hyde trying the best he can in order to be as close to you, like, it's very, very difficult. But as you can see, great work here by Insane. Just as soon as he sees that toxic grenade being thrown by Hyde, he just gets out of an area, goes to a different area, so that he's not taking that damage from that, and he just tries to stay as far away from Hyde as possible within the zone.
And look at that, he's going to continue to run and evade that damage. He still has 3 bars of armor left, so he's doing a great job mitigating damage here. Wow. That orbital, though, knocking off 2 bars of armor almost instantly, and the last bar is gone now, too. The dome is still up, and now he's into permanent health.
Yep, and he's very much trapped inside this corner. The dome should be coming down any second now, but he's trapped in this corner. Okay, the dome comes down before he takes any other permanent health damage, and he's trapped inside that corner.
He takes a poon in the back at the last minute right there, though.
Yeah, but even so, like, that was like, Insane didn't want that dome at all. Like, he's still only halfway to evolving, and just losing that amount of HP for that sort of mistake, like, that's fine. And so going down into the caves here now, it looks like, did someone get caught by a tyrant again there? I think someone just got caught by a tyrant. God damn it. What is it with tyrants today?
Yeah, it's something today. The tyrants just seem to be on the prowl. Hunters cannot seem to avoid them today. Although, I think based on their position... no, yeah, you're right, that was a tyrant. I was going to say I thought it might have been one of the blitz leopards out there. But, yeah, I think that was a tyrant. Alright, and Insane now into sneak mode. Trying to avoid them, but, man, they're coming at him from all sides.
You can see on the minimap here that the trappers stayed outside the caves because they know that he can't evolve in here. They're all far too close to him. And that he either stays in here and takes chip damage from the team, or he goes out and gets domed. And right now, maybe getting domed would be a good solution, because he can get domed in an ideal place where he has a good loop or two, and use that in order to mitigate as much damage as possible. Or maybe he wants to go in and try and get a pick now. Dome comes down in this sort of situation, and we have to see like how good of an area is this for him to fight in. Is he able to loop up and outside the cave and come back in, so to say? Right now, it doesn't look like he's trying to do that. He's trying to do whatever damage he can to them.
Yeah, this is a bad position for Insane. This is the second stage 1 dome that he's been caught in here today. And he's already down to half armor, maybe a third of the way into the dome duration right here. And he will continue to avoid them, but for how long?
Yeah, he has a good loop here, but he's already lost too much. He's down to 2 bars of armor before he starts taking permanent health damage. Jumping back through the toxic grenade cloud here takes even more damage. And he's just got to do his best now to mitigate whatever damage he can. He needs to be ready for the dome to come down, and he needs to be trying to do whatever he can in order to LOS their Griffin in order to be able to burst over to the opposite side of the map and get the evolve off, which he might just be able to do. Very, very difficult.
Yep, and look at that. Okay, leap smash to get away, trying to get as much distance as possible, but those harpoons continually locking him in place into permanent life damage here, and Hyde comes in with that flamethrower, taking off 25% of his health in a matter of seconds.
The dome goes down, Griffin gets 1 or 2 harpoons in him, but Insane is able to very cleverly use LOS in order to break that harpoon, and is able to get away pretty much scot-free after that dome. It could have been a lot worse for him, and now he really has to be getting this evolve off, and here he goes. But even so, Sport is very close behind him. They're all very close behind him. Throwing that toxic grenade.
Oh, this is going to be bad. This damage from Hyde right here is going to be intense. He'll be at least half life by the time he's out of this evolve.
But they don't have the dome, which is the only saving grace for Insane right now. He does get harpooned. If he continues to get harpooned, maybe Griffin will be able to get the dome off once it comes off cooldown. One of the things I did notice there, though, by Shower Gel was that he didn't maximise damage well enough when he was evolving. He should have thrown this toxic grenade down and then gone to the other side of him and been unloading with headshots with the minigun into Goliath. that would have done so much more damage than he would have been able to do with the flamethrower.
Yeah, and look at that, down below 50% health now.
Isaac New's been playing this very well, and they've been quite. And at the same time, I think that Insane just hasn't played this right. He took far too much damage in the second dome before he decided to go into damage mitigation mode, and then he wasn't able to achieve anything. Like, what you really need to be doing as a monster when you are getting domed is you need to be doing your best in order to pull the hunter team right into the corner of the map and getting domed there, because then you have the most amount of space in order to like get across the map and get the evolve off. But in this sort of situation, we've got the Tyrant here.
Yeah, the Tyrant
definitely on Eyes on You side.
The Tyrant. I didn't want to interrupt you there, but you're 100% right. These Tyrants are out for blood today, whether it's a hunter or a monster. They don't seem to care. And this could be another dome right here.
Yeah, Mazel's right behind him.
Wow, great harpoon there, locks him in place, and we do have a second dome coming in. Once again, he's in full damage mitigation mode. He does have a few rings that he can make here, but against the hide, those poison grenades can really limit his hiding space.
Yeah, he's got to do the best he possibly can in order to just not take any health damage. He has a small loop that he can use, but I don't think it's going to be good enough in order to mitigate as much damage as he'd like. He's already down to 1 bar of armor. He's going to be taking permanent health damage this time. Down goes the armor. Toxic grenade comes in. Like, he has to get out of this area now. Just trying to knock the assault back as far as possible. Just trying to keep him so far away that he's able to actually get some armor off. But even so, it's so difficult now. He's got the trapdoors on him.
Trapdoors on him now.
Working against him. They're going to be nibbling away at him, doing whatever damage they can as well. Things just aren't working for
Almost
him right
dodges
now.
that rock throw, but Vin just healed up right away by Weslington.
Able to get at least 2 bars of armor right now, but even so, that's just going to go away so fast. The dome is down now. He needs to get out, and he needs to get out fast, and he needs to just run. But this shouldn't be happening when you have a Hank in your team. This has been really, really good play by Eyes on You so far. Like, he shouldn't be this low on HP when they have Hank. Like, I could see this if they had a Cabot, and I think Insane would be like, he would be feeling a lot better in this sort of situation if they had a Cabot. But the fact that he has to go up against a Hank late game and a Griffin with this low amount of HP, the odds are definitely stacked against him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. This is going to be a very, very rough fight for him. If he can even make it to stage 3 in the first place, he's barely over halfway to his evolve meter filling up.
And the thing you got to remember is that 15-minute rounds, like, the time is against him as well. There is nothing in his favour right now. Like, there's no map buff that he can go and get which will give him an advantage. Like, he's got less time than he usually would have. Things are very, very difficult for him in this current state.
Alright, yeah, and 10 minutes into the game, so 5 minutes left. These are 15-minute rounds, folks, not the standard 20-minute rounds that we have in the ESL. These will be faster-paced, more aggressive games. And the dome does come down. We can hear it coming down. The harpoon locks him in place, unable to escape. Once again, Orbital coming out, destroying his armor. And this could be it right here. This could be Insane's final fight of this second round here today.
This is a terrible dome for Insane. He has no LOS. He is just caught out right in the open. He is pretty much done for right now.
Leap smash onto Binges only takes him down to half. Misses the rock throw. And Insane trying to climb and just to avoid these hunters.
And even so, all of his armor's gone now. He's down to only a slither of HP left. And there's very little he can do in this situation.
Look at that, quarter bar left there,
trying
whittling
as much
him
as
down.
he can, but no, it's over.
And that's it. Wow. Well played to Eyes on You's Hunter team right there, making short work of Insane's Goliath play.
Yep. And that's why we kicked him. Nah, I'm kidding. But no, very well played by Eyes on You there. They made that hide work, and that hide was a really good pick in that sort of situation. But at the same time, I think the second dome, when Insane was still stage 1, I think he lost too much there. And at the end of the day, that just spiraled out of control.
Yeah, once again, a cascading series of effects that just went from bad to worse for Insane. All right, and the next map is Distillery. We should be good to jump right into that next game.
I'm not sure how good the Goliath pick was on that map, honestly, because Eyes on You is a hunter team which is very well known for running Griffin, and picking Goliath into Griffin is such a risk. It's so heavily stacked against your favour, because Griffin is the trapper against Goliath. I'm not sure what is the pick order within. So you pick Medic and Trapper first. So he picked Goliath into Griffin.
Yeah.
I think
I think he just wanted to show off and mix it up a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, he certainly paid the price for it right there. And now going into Distillery, I don't think he'll be trying any shenanigans again. He'll go over what he knows and what he knows best. So we'll be going with his Kraken, which he showed that he's able to win against these guys quite easily.
Right. Insane being most comfortable with Kraken. It makes sense that he would stick with that. Once again, everyone, thank you all so much for tuning in. This is the debut broadcast of the Evolve Hype League. We are here in the second series of matches here today. The first series of 6 games concluded earlier with a 3-3 tie between Salj and Team Wolves Esports. If you haven't done so already, please remember to hit that follow button. It helps support the channel. It's completely free, and you will get notified anytime we go live and do any further broadcasts. Also, please follow on Evolve Hype TV, the channel. We will have that linked for you here in chat in just a moment. We will be rotating our broadcast between this channel here and the Evolve Hype TV channel as well. And we have almost the third game now here on Distillery with Insane 5-1 the Kraken. Currently 1-1 against Team Eyes on You's Hunters.
Yep. And the question is now, what support are they running with? If they run with the Cabot, then it's the exact same scenario that they were within the first game on Armory, where it's very much a do or die sort of situation. And they're running with the Cabot, which I don't think is the right choice, but they can definitely make it work. But it's, like I've said 100 times in the past, it's all based on how well they perform in the early game. And you saw just how much damage they were able to pull in that one dome on Armory, where they took him from nearly full armor and full health down to a quarter of health. But at the same time, he was just able to rip through the Hunter team and the damage output which he had was just far too much for them.
All right, and here in what may potentially be the final game of the night if the other side of this series is unable to be played, we have Insane 5-1, the monster player for Team Evolve Hype, playing the Kraken, currently tied 1-1 against the opposing team, Eyes on You's Hunters. Covering Eyes on You, we have Shower Gel, the Assault, playing Markov. We have Weslington, the Medic, playing Kyra. We have Binges, the Support, playing Cabot. And we have Mazel, the Trapper, playing Griffin.
Yep, very standard start from Insane here, going down into this section of the map, and he'll be looking to get the Evolve ready in this area of the map. He'll be looking for no less than that. He'll want to get this Evolve ready, and then he'll be looking to either get domed, or just trying to juke them and go to the opposite side of the map in order to get the Evolve off. He should be able to on this map, but even so, we saw how difficult it was for him on the last map with Goliath in order to do that. And now with the Cabot on their team, the damage output's even higher. So he needs to be playing this very careful, and he needs to be thinking these things through.
Yeah, and they gotta know exactly where he is right now.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
He's gonna go for a swim. He's going to go for a swim and juke them.
Wow, they're not going to see him. Look at that. We can see the Assault in the distance. Okay, they've got to see him now. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the Assault just saw him at the last second, and then he just decided then to get out of there as soon as possible. Not ready for the Evolve quite yet, but he'll still be fine with this. As long as he can get away from the Trapper, and then all he needs is 1 or 2 meets, and then he'll be ready for the Evolve, so he should feel fine with it. And even so, the Trapper's still right behind him. I think he's definitely going to need to get domed here in a favourable position for him, and then just try and mitigate whatever damage he can, and then get to the opposite side of the map. But the dome comes down, and he's inside. So,
Stage 1, he's got to do something here. I think he should just turn his back to them, though, and run.
yeah, he just needs to try and get whatever damage he can. There's no way that he's going to be able to break through the Griffin, and even if he does, like, what damage is he going to take in the process from the Cabot and from the
And that's
Mark?
exactly what he's doing. Keep in mind that limb shots only do 50% damage, and from the back, the Kraken is almost all limbs.
Binge caught in something over there. I'm not sure if it's a Tyrant, probably, knowing how it's been today. And now Man's all caught back here, but he's not able to achieve anything in that time. Insane, just doing whatever he can to stay alive. Killing this Cephalodon here and trying to eat whatever armor he can, but he gets interrupted before he gets anything. And just look at how fast that armor is just being shredded through by the Markov's Lightning Gun and the damage jump from Cabot. It's down to 1.5 bars of armor right now. The dome should be coming down within the next 10 seconds. So he should be able to get away without taking that much health damage, but it depends on how well he can get away from the Griffin. Like, the Griffin's got perfect LOS with him right now, gets the harpoon on him, has to turn around, and just this is where the chip damage starts to happen. Using whatever airburst he can to get away. Griffin gets another harpoon in him, and he's just got to try and break this LOS with the Griffin right now. Dodging behind this rock here. Matt's still right on him, but I think he's too far back now. Yeah, misses that harpoon there, and then Sting should be able to get away now.
I think he's done a decent job of mitigating the damage based on the situation that he had. Only losing a bar and a half of health. This is still recoverable at this point.
Yeah, he should feel fairly okay with this sort of situation. Going into the cave now, he's going to try and evolve. He should have enough space right now, especially seeing as they have to go into the caves, but the question is, does he want to? It doesn't look like he does.
Looks
He
like
doesn't
he's
even
going to
have the
double back.
evolve ready, actually. You have to get that one last meet, and in that time, it's too late. They're already right next to him. I thought he'd actually managed to get the evolve ready inside the dome. I was mistaken there. And now he's trapped in here. He has to get out before that dome gets the cooldown, because he has no armor.
Yeah, he has no armor, and he really has nowhere to go, too. They're doing such a great job of positioning themselves on both sides of this cave right here. Look at that, Shower Gel now inside of the cave, able to put pressure on him and push him out. Binge waiting for him, drops the Banshee Mine, distracts him and flies right over Binge's. As Mazel tries to come in, great harpoon and a dome right against the wall, and he is trapped again, stage 1.
And with no armor this time. He has a good loop here, but even so, it's no armor. Any shots they take at him are going to do permanent health damage. This is bad. Like, not even able to get any armor then from eating Cabot's right on point of that railgun. Just get some food as soon as possible. Like, this is so bad for Insane right now.
Yeah, Eyes on You is looking very, very strong today. There's much more cohesion to their Hunters team here. Stage 1 down to half health already. All it's going to take is a little bit more to finish him off. Damage Amp and Lightning Gun combo at the same time, but he does break line of sight and escapes for now.
And so
But he is dust tagged.
Dust tagged now. Cabot's going to be able to shoot through that wall and do damage to him constantly. There's no chance of him being able to get any food inside this dome, get any armor to avoid chip. He just has to do whatever he can right now. And he's doing a fairly good job, but even so, just being in that sort of situation of no armor as soon as the dome goes down, that was horrible. Manages to get away without being harpooned once, which is good. And he should be able to get to the other side of the map and evolve, but he just needs to evolve right now. If he doesn't evolve, like as soon as he gets to the other side of the map, he's going to go inside the building and evolve, which is good for getting the LOS against the Hunter team. We know they don't have the dome, so this is very much a do or die sort of situation.
I think they're going to see him, though. Yeah, they knew he was right there.
Cabot's coming in now, a bit far behind. Damage jump, still not in. He's able to get away without taking any damage. Is he going to be able to break LOS? Griffin misses the harpoon, which is crucial in that sort of situation.
And look at that, he's right back where he started. Only about 25% of his life left. Maybe even a little bit less than that, in fact.
But we saw earlier how quick he was able to get picks. Like, the only issue now is that he doesn't have this HP pool to fall back on. So what he's probably going to want to try and do is try and get picks whenever he can and just go in and out of fights, try his best not to get domed. But at the same time, can he do that? Because if he makes a mistake and if he gets domed, then that might be game right there.
Yeah, this could easily be game right now if he gets domed anytime between now and his Stage 3 Evolve, and that's a long way off.
Just trying to get whatever he can. Mazel is right there, throws the dome out. Is he going to get out
dodge it?
And no, he's in. Not even full armor. This is a very difficult situation.
He may take Mazel down here, singled out, split apart from the rest of his team. No way to get heals, but wow, Weslington comes in out of nowhere and keeps him alive.
He's going in. He has to get Mazel down now, but no, he can't. The armor's gone. We're only 10 seconds into this dome. He still has another 50 seconds, and he has to make it work with this small health pool.
Habit punishment is too strong. And Shower Gel making a great debut as the assault player for Team Eyes on You.
He's doing a fantastic job so far. There's just nothing Insane can do. The coordination between the Cabot Damage Jump and the Lightning Gun is fantastic right now. And this is game right here. There's nothing he can do. And there we have it.
Wow. Wow. Well played to Eyes on You's Hunter team here today. And you know, there's an interesting point that I want to bring up. I think I mentioned it to you, or Sorosim. I can't remember which one I mentioned this to out of the two of you. You know, both hard on you players, so I just don't remember. But from what I heard from talking to Eyes on You previously with their old roster, because of real life schedule conflicts, they never had time to practice as a team. They would just show up on Sundays and play. And they managed to get a first-place win, a second-place finish, and 2 third-place finishes over the past 4 weeks in the ESL. Which is impressive. Now that they actually have a new roster and they have time to actually practice and put in effort, they looked utterly dominant today against Insane in those last 2 games.
They did a really good job. But the question is that, did Eyes on You play well, or did Insane just play bad?
Well, that's a good question.
He wasn't the Insane that I'm used to seeing. Like, he lost far too much in the early stages of the game and wasn't able to achieve anything with it. And then it just all went out of his control from that point on. There was very little that he could do. It was a fantastic job by Eyes on You taking 2 very convincing victories against him. But just wow.
Yeah. Yeah, very surprising to see. I was not expecting to see the games go that way here today. Let me check with the other side of Team Evolve Hype and see if they are playing today as well. Once again, everyone, thank you all so much for tuning in today. This is the very first broadcast of the EHL, the Evolve Hype League. We will continue to put on more broadcasts for you as well, so please, if you do want to catch them, make sure to follow the channel. You can hit that follow button down below. It's completely free, and it's a great way to support the channel. You can also follow Evolve Hype TV as well, where the matches will be broadcast on a rotating schedule. Let me just check and see if the other side of the matches will be going on as well. All right, and it looks like we will have more games for you from the EHL coming tomorrow. Let's see, just waiting on confirmation. I would be interested to hear from Insane whether he just felt that his play was off today or whether he felt that Eyes on You just simply improved that much. Yeah, he's even saying in chat that Eyes on You just simply played a lot better, and I think it took him by surprise. Yeah, very surprising today. Very well played to Eyes on You. I'm looking forward to seeing more of their games in the future now that they actually have time to practice. They may even very soon be able to put up a challenge for Team Hard on You. What do you think?
I don't know, challenge plays for Hard on You, so...
Yeah, so not really a fair question, I know.
Yeah, I play for Hard on You, I'm challenge, hello, yes. But yeah, they played really well. Like, that wasn't an Eyes on You that I was used to seeing. Usually they've had issues with their hunter team before, and they've even said it to me. Like they feel they get like they get carried quite a lot in tournaments by Cyril's play.
Hmm.
But they definitely showed up today and they proved themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, if they can keep this up going forwards, I don't think there will be any discussion about Cyril carrying the team anymore. It'll be more of a 50-50 split, which is good. That's the sort of thing that we want to see. And it's great to see teams actually growing and improving their skill and their teamwork together.
Yep, I was just really surprised by how well that Cabot worked. I thought as soon as I saw Cabot in this game, I was like, well, it's over, but they proved me wrong, certainly.
All right, we are going to take a short break. We will be back for the other side of this 6-game series in just a moment here, folks. We are just waiting on one player from Team Evolve Hype, and then everything will be good to go. Once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you do want to support the channel, please remember to hit that follow button down below. It is completely free. And also remember to follow us on Twitter and YouTube as well. Those links are down below in the channel description. Thank you very much, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
ground. Long day, but we won't back down. One thing playing on our minds. Long wait, but we won't give up now. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. We are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. Can't tell if we're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. We are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. Champions of the night.
Thank you all so much, folks, for tuning in. Stay tuned. The last 3 games of today's broadcast will be coming up in just a moment. Thank you all so much for all the follows, for all your love, for all your support. Thank you for all the tweets and all the retweets. This has been a great day, and we have more Evolve games coming up for you in just a moment with some of the best teams in the competitive scene here today. Stay tuned. those of you who think you might like to be a moderator in this channel, we are currently accepting applications for moderators. That link will be posted down below in just a moment. Please take the time to fill it out as thoroughly as possible if this is something that interests you.
sunlight begins to fade now, and I feel like I'm losing time, but I don't know how I'm here. The sunlight is turned to gray, and I feel like I'm losing love again. I don't know how I'm here. I could feel your heartbeat. I could feel somewhere you looking down. I could feel your heartbeat. I could feel somewhere you looking down. 'Cause it's you I'm loving, and it's you that I wanna breathe. And it's you I'm loving, and it's you that I wanna need. And it's you that I wanna need. And I know now we're getting older. The world we built is slipping through our fingers. We're running out of time. But you are the one I've chosen, and I won't lay still, living left behind, imprisoned by this love.
We'll be ready in just a moment, folks. Maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. Thanks, everyone, for sticking around. Thank you so much for all the help, all the love, all the support, and all the follows today. We killed it. We broke 1K and over 100 followers almost today already. Thank you all so much. We'll see you soon.
Cold light falling on the ground. Long day, but we won't back down. One thing playing on our minds. Long wait, but we won't give up now. champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. We are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night.
All right, we are back with a crashed video screen. What is up, everybody? Let me just get this fixed here real quick. Challenge, welcome back.
Hi there. It's taking a bit longer than we'd like, but players just have to sort some stuff out. But anyway, going into the second half of the 6-game series between Eyes on You and Evolve Hype. Evolve Hype, in the first 3 games, their Hunter team versus Evolve Hype's Monster, who is, of course, insane 5-2-1, taking a 2-1 lead, which to many people caused quite a bit of surprise. And Eyes on You playing very, very well there. And now we're going to have to see what Evolve Hype's Monster team can do against Cyril in order to recover that deficit. And Cyril, widely known for his Kraken play, definitely one of the best Krakens in the scene. What a lot of people don't realise is that Cyril is the only Monster player to have knocked Hard On You out of a Go For Evolve tournament. And, well, that's something that he can hold up high and be proud of. But yeah, going into these 3 games, the first game, of course, will be on Armory, the second game on MedLab, and the third game finishing off on Distillery. Armory, a map which is not part of the ESL map pool, but however has been added to the Evolve Hype League map pool due to requests from certain players within the scene that they would like to play on it, and something different. So very exciting to see that map in the first 3 games of the series. Insane 5-1 managed to eke out a win on it, but it was very much close and just came down to a 1-dome fight, which he was able to win, and he was able to close the game out from that. So what do you think going into this game, Dan? Do you think that Evolve Hype's Hunter team will be able to take the games off Seoul in order to recover the deficit, or do you think that Seoul has got this in the bag?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think that this could go either way. You know, Evolve Hype's Hunter team has always been fairly strong, and it was usually their monster player that held them back initially. They never had a solid monster player that they would practice with on a regular basis up until now. You know, they never had an official monster player, I guess is the words I'm looking for. But now that they have Insane on the team, they've been scrimming every night, and they've already been pretty good, so I really think that they could take Cyril down here today.
Yeah, one of the things which really interests me is that Evolve Hype's Hunter team is relatively unknown. Like, how it was before, Evolve Hype was not a team which had that much sort of like of a following within the scene. They were like almost considered to be almost like a mid-tier scene that was brought down by the monster player. But when they got a solid monster player like Insane 5-2-1 on their team, like they were able to win the Go For this weekend, and this is going to be the first time that I actually get to see them in action, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
All right, and it looks like the lobby host somehow switched around for some reason. Cyril is the leader, but that's fine. We have sent him the command to start up when ready. And we will be jumping into this next series right here. The first 3 games, that is Evolve Hype's Monster Insane 5-2-1 versus Eyes on You's Hunter team, have already been played. They're up 2-1, as you already mentioned. And we will be seeing the other side of this 6-game matchup here right now.
Yep. Cyril in the past has been known for making some crucial mistakes, which does cost games, evolving in the wrong spot, or just losing track of a hunter, which ends up costing him. we're going to have to see is he going to be on the ball today, because he needs to win. He needs to win two out of the 3 games in order to bring it back to an. Sorry, he needs to win 2 games in order to claim a victory for his team guaranteed.
Back up.
Evolve Hope, they've got some work to be doing right now.
Yeah, looks like they are calling for a back out right here. Let me just make sure the players stay muted. We'll have to wait until the last 2 join in to mute them as well. Once again, just a small setback, and then these games should start. We should start being able to crank these games out once we actually get into that first game. And while we are waiting, once again, let me thank you, Challenge, for being willing to come on the show as a guest caster here today. Challenge being the assault player for Team Hard on You, the team with currently the best record in the ESL Go for Evolve Sunday Cups.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's really interesting to be on the opposite side of it. Normally I'd be the one in the lobby playing the game, but here I am watching, and it's really very interesting, and it's quite awesome to see how other teams are playing, because normally I don't have the time to go back and look at these, because of course I'm either practicing or I'm playing. Like I can't watch these ESL streams or whatever streams when I'm like playing, because I'm always playing and doing my best for my team to win and focusing on my team solely. So yeah, it's really, really interesting.
Yeah, and it's great having you here. You know, we always love to hear the opinions and thoughts and analysis of top-tier players like yourself. Looks like, who are we missing here? Fiend would be the last player from Team Evolve Hype. Still not reconnecting. Let me check chat. Oh, I see. They're wondering why I'm not hosting. I was originally, and then it just switched leader.
Well, I mean, the rules for the tournament state that Monster Player always has the right to host. So.
Oh, does it state that?
I believe it does. And so if Cyril wants to take that right, then he is perfectly capable of doing so. I believe for the previous games we had Black Aegis host, who of course is the one and only Dan, who's sitting beside me, and that was because of like the issue of Insane being on the west coast of America and Eyes on You's Hunter team being located within Europe. Right. So it sort of makes the best of both worlds. I'm not sure exactly where all of Team Hype's hunters are located, but at the same time, rules and they should be followed.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware if there were hosting rules. I don't remember actually seeing them, but I know that everyone did ask me to host, so I just assumed I was hosting all of them. And then the host somehow just switched. While we were in lobby, I set up the lobby and invited everyone, and Cyril somehow became the host, which is all right.
Yeah, we can always switch it around if after this game the players feel the need to, but it should be okay going into it. And so here we go, going into the pick phase. We're not sure what Hunters and Monster will be seeing, but knowing Cyril, I'm fairly confident it'll be cracking. Yep, straight into it.
Yep.
And
standard
Cabot,
Hunter comp here.
Yep, with Cabot, so quite interesting. We're going to have to see how they play around that, because the first game on Armory that Eyes on You played, it ended up not working out for them, but it was very close. And then going into this Distillery game, like they were able to take the win off them, but that was very much just based on how well they're able to snowball from the start. If they're not able to snowball from the start, then they could run into some very big issues.
Yeah. All right, and here we go. Jumping into the first game in this second side of this best of six, or this series of 6 matchup right here. For Eyes on You, playing the Monster, we have Cyril as the Kraken. We will cover the Hunters in just a moment here. Cyril heading up to that northern side of the map to get his feed on right away. Now for Team Evolve Hype, on Assault, we have Vode playing Markov. On Medic, we have Polis playing Kyra. On Support, we have Fiend playing Cabot. And on Trapper, we have Bronk playing Griffin.
Yep, so a different start from Cyril as we saw during the saying, but I'm not sure how confident all of these teams are. on this map. Like, this is a very new map. This is included within the Evolve Hype League map pool, and it depends how much time the team's devoted to this map. We might find that they actually haven't even played a single game on it yet. So this is their first outing on this map in a competitive environment. So we'll have to see. Straight off the bat, the dust flag comes down and does mark the Kraken. So the Evolve Hype team know exactly where the Kraken is now.
Yeah, and they will head right for him here. We can see on the map a little bit of a split going on there. Oh, and he's going to duck right back into the middle of him. That actually makes the split easier for him to get by.
Yeah, they're very grouped up at the moment. But even so, getting past this group of hunters without getting domed is going to be difficult because of just how narrow the map is from one side to the other. And so going into the sneak pouts on Markov right now, it depends. Do they want to cancel the sneak pouts or do they just want to go for the dome now? Still electing to cancel the sneak pouts themselves. Gets the assault very low, but the assault still has his personal shield. However, they have to be careful in this portion of the map. There is a lot of aggressive wildlife that they could use and could potentially ruin their day. But no, it looks like still gets past, but it doesn't look like he wants to go down to the bottom side of the map. He's electing to now, but is he going to be able to get past the trapper? It looks like he is. It looks like the trapper is not in position to cut him off, but still going back in on the assault, not able to connect on the sneak pounce just yet. Gets the assault to half HE, but the assault, being very careful, still has the shield to use if he needs to.
Vode coming in once again on assault, but knocked back almost immediately by that vortex.
Yep, still nearly ready for the evolve right now. Goes in, the assault goes very low, still no shield from him, holding onto it for the last possible second, and it looks like Still is going to be able to get past. Gets harpooned and the dome does come down. Still on almost full armor here, should be able to cut around this pillar very well and dodge as much damage as possible, but he has to be careful for this Habit and Markov combination.
Alright, and he advances on Polis, Vortex, Banshee Mind, and auto attacks, but very, very easy to heal up and heal through at stage 1.
Yeah, he needs to be looking right now just to mitigate as much damage as possible, just to make sure that he doesn't take any health damage.
Sneak pounce onto Bronk right there. Bronk down to half, but quickly healed up, and he switches targets once again. Harpooned and locked in place. They have him down to 3 bars of armor, but do they have enough time to actually do any real damage to him before this dome comes down?
Good position from Kyra. Goes in on Cabot right there. Cabot doesn't seem to be using the damage jump at all, which is quite interesting. I feel like they could have done a lot more damage if Cabot had played a bit more aggressively and got that damage out whenever Markov was ready to use the lightning gun.
Yeah, they do have his armor down, but the dome's about to come down now.
Yeah, the dome's going to be dropping any second now. And I feel like in this sort of situation, with a Cabot, you need to be doing more on domes. Like, you need to be doing more on domes like, in this sort of situation in order to maintain your advantage. And they just weren't able to do that. What interests me right now by Saul, though, is he's heading back up to the top of the map. He does not have enough space in order to get away to Evolve right now. So he doesn't even have the Evolve ready. Electing now to try and go all the way down to the bottom side of the map, try and get the last bit of armor he needs in order to get the Evolve and Evolve before they get the dome back, but it's going to be very difficult now. He wasted quite a bit of time there. The Harpoon misses from Griffin, which will allow him to buy some time and escape. Going to be looking to get the last 1 minute he needs now in order to get the Evolve ready and then go for it.
And they've got those pinks right on him. I mean, they are right on his tail right here. He really still hasn't been able to get much distance.
And even so, he took a lot of chip damage coming out of that dome. Like, from the position in the dome where he only just lost his armor right at the end. And now going for the Evolve, this is risky. They are very, very close. And he committed to it, which I don't think he should have done. Like, they were within the smell range. They were 60 meters away at that point. And if Blanc throws the dome now, which he just has done.
Just did. Yeah, they will catch him right here. There's no way he's going to get out of here. A couple trap jaws for Bronk to finish off. The rest of the team just has to come in, and he's got no armor now.
Yeah, it doesn't use anything which he can eat up there in order to get some sort of armor to prevent chip damage. And now he's just like, so he knows exactly where he is. It looks like he's going in. It looks like he wants to try and kill that trapper if possible. Lightning strike on the trapper. The trapper is really, really low.
Bronk about to go down here.
Looks like he gets healed up. He's on half HP right now. The damage jump comes out from Cabot.
Damage jump and lightning gun really,
but Bronk's still
really
very
get
low.
to him.
This lightning strike here doesn't connect.
Misses the lightning strike. Bronk all the way out of the way now. Gonna get healed up by Polis. Sneak pounce on Fiend, but that machine gun knocks him off. And once again, that lightning gun and damage amp already down to half life. Lightning strike on Fiend. Fiend down to 5% life. Fiend goes down. The support And he switches now, looking for his next good target.
Fiend's already back up though, that's Kyra's healing for you. He bursts healing right up and Fiend is already back on his feet. Still down to below half life now. The dome comes down, he needs to get out. He needs to get out as soon as he can. Try and avoid these Griffin Halflings as much as possible. Try and use LOS to his advantage. But he just doesn't seem to be able to. Kyra's speed burst with Griffin is just allowing him to keep up with him so well.
Wow. Great lightning strike there though. That's going to slow them down. They need to break off and heal up. They can't be too risky. They're in such a good position right now, though. Commanding lead over Cyril, the monster player for Eyes on You. And look at Cabot. He still hasn't stopped hitting him.
Yeah, he's just out of range now, though, thanks to the LOS. Railgun only shooting 40 meters after it goes through its first object, which he's using to his advantage right now. He just needs to get some armor to prevent the chip damage. But even so, if he gets domed again, it's very, very, very difficult for him to get out of it. That might be game right there if he gets domed once more.
Yeah, absolutely. And they know probably just about where he is headed to. No, actually, maybe they don't. They're pretty far out. 128, 140 meters now.
So should be able to get to full armor here.
They see his tracks there, though, and he sets off the birds.
Yeah, he's not too worried about that right now, though. He just needs to get this stage 3 evolve ready as soon as possible. Like, on full armor now, so he'll be feeling a little bit safer right now. But even so, it's incredibly easy for Cabot and Markov to rip through that armor in mere seconds if he plays aggressively inside the dome. So he needs to be really, really careful right now. Grunt going into him, is he going to throw the dome right here? Not in this sort of position, he won't, because it's too far and he doesn't have good LOS on him. But Cyril right now caught stuck behind this wall. What they should be doing right now is they should send Markov in to check the area and to keep pings on the Kraken so they know exactly where he is, so the traffic can relocate to wherever he is needed. And that looks like, wow!
Wow, what a fast down right there.
That lightning strike, and then the Nomad came in instantly afterwards and took a hit out of the assault. He got globalled. He died literally within 1 second. The assault wasn't ready for that at all.
Yeah, he was not ready. I wasn't expecting that either. I mean, he was at full life there. All right, and he goes in again. Assault on the lightning gun. Vortex lightning strike onto Fiend. Fiend down to 25% life right here.
But he doesn't follow through. He tries to go for the assault now. And look, his armor's already gone. He's down to 1 bar of armor.
Yeah, lightning strike, but assault pops the shield. Vote pops the shield. Will keep him alive for now. And he will be healed up by Kyra. They're all pretty low, though. They need to slow up and make sure that they are all fully healed before they go in to finish him off. They could finish him off right here, though. Assault on the machine gun. Drops the lightning strike on Polis. Polis dodges the lightning strike. Great dodge on the medic. Cabot on that damage amp. And here Markov comes in with the lightning gun once again, whittling down his health. The sliver left, a couple more hits, and that will be it. Game 1 ends as a victory for Team Evolve Hype.
He just wasn't able to get enough ground that he needed in order to just get to stage 2 originally, and then get the armor he needed in order to go to stage 3. I feel like just from watching these two maps now that it's just very difficult for the monster to break through a coordinated team of hunters and try and get to the opposite side of the map. Because of how narrow the map is, it's really, really difficult for him to be able to juke around and try and get past that trapper. So, fantastic work there by Team Evolve Hype. There were a couple of bits which were a bit wobbly, like the Nomad just globaling the assault in 1 second. I'm not sure the assault was expecting that at all, and I certainly wasn't. But yeah, so that makes it 3-1 to Evolve Hype now. It's the best that Eyes on You can hope for is taking this back to a draw.
2-2. 2-2 now, right?
It's 2-1 if I...
2-2. Evolve Hype won the first game, and then Insane was beat in the second two by Team Eyes on You. So yeah, Evolve Hype has now tied it up in the 4th game of the 6-game series. It is tied 2-2 now, with Team Evolve Hype's Hunters taking their first game off of Eyes on You's Monster. There are 2 more games coming up versus Eyes on You's Monster to close out today's series here today. And it looks like they think maybe just about ready to jump into the next game. They are going to go through their picks. We have
Insane in the lobby
Insane
right now.
5-2-1 in here. Interesting. So he is subbing. Let me check the Steam and see if he sent me a message. Okay, yeah. So he is subbing for Vode. I believe Vode had to leave for work. Oh, it's his birthday today. Well, if everyone in chat wants to send Vode a happy birthday and some hearts, please go ahead and do so. Show him your love. Show him your support. Let's get some happy birthdays and any sort of hearts you got from any channel. If you don't have any and you use Better Twitch TV, we do have free emotes here in the channel for anyone who uses Better Twitch TV, a free plugin for any browser. Just type Aegis Heart, no space, like this, in chat. And it will show up as this channel's own love emote. Alright, and we are jumping right into the 5th game in this series here today.
Yep, Weather Control, a map which I'm sure both teams will be familiar on because it's in the ESL competitive map pool. Like, the way that Armory is right now, like, we can't really take the results on that and then transfer them onto the other 2 maps because we don't know how much each team practices on it. We're fully aware of how experienced all these teams are going to be on the maps other than Armory. But when it comes to Armory, that's when, like, anything can happen, really. And so it looks like the same exact picks, no change in it whatsoever. And we have Insane bringing out the Parnell, which I'm sure he won't be doing. But
yeah, I don't think so. I mean, we know that Insane likes Parnell. He wishes Parnell was viable right now in competitive, but yeah.
I think every Assault wishes it was something other than Markov, but there we have it. So
yeah.
Now I'm in the fortunate position that I get to flame Insane on his Assault play all night long. Lucky me.
Now, have you ever had the opportunity to do that before? Did Insane ever like mess
to flame
around?
Insane?
No.
Oh, I always flame Insane,
oh yeah,
but...
I'm sure you always flame Insane. But to actually watch him play Assault, like, did he ever take your spot at any point in time during scrims or practice games?
He's never played like serious games. Like when the Tier 4 first came out, I gave him a pat on the back and said, "It's okay, you can play Torvald, and I'll take the hit and play the monster," which wasn't the most enjoyable experience for me. But hey, I managed to get 2 strikes on him, so it's fine by me. But anyway, going into this map now. So we're just doing the standard start, really. Just going as fast off the map as you can. We're looking to get the near-perfect start that Legendary had, but taking a tiny bit of health damage there from the Mammoth Bird. Oh, we've got a Sloth coming in right behind him.
Wow, the wildlife today.
Yeah,
it's almost like there was a map option for extra dangerous wildlife or something.
Tyrant's coming after him, as usual. Tyrant's not happy with people being on his map today. So.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing this much in the way of dangerous wildlife. This sort of thing doesn't happen. Look at
Someone's
this.
caught over there by something.
Oh, he can actually go down. 2 Blitz Leopards there. No, okay, he does manage to escape. I know 3 Blitz Leopards is enough to actually one-shot a Hunter if they're able to dish out full damage. And look at that, half their team already heavily damaged. That's going to slow them down a lot. They really need to pause and heal up.
Yep,
All right.
Insane has eyes on the monster now, and Saul needs to find a way out of this corner of the map now. He needs to try and maybe either go to the beach and try and circle around as much as possible.
Yeah, look at that. Look at those pings right there from Insane. Looking at that Cyril the Monster player saying, "Hey, I've got my eyes on you." And the dome does come down. We have yet another Stage 1 dome. We've had a lot of Stage 1 domes today, and Cyril is in damage mitigation mode now.
Yep, he's got this good wall that he can use in order to try and dodge as much damage as possible.
But they're held up, trying to kill this sloth.
Hope's just trying to clear out whatever wildlife they can before they get on him, which I don't know if that's the right decision in a situation like this. But either way, they're playing it safe. Which I don't know if you really can do against the Kraken. Like, you have to be putting out the damage, and like I've said so many times before, it has to be just this high momentum which you need in order to keep the game from going too far in the monster's favour. They're still down to just under 3 bars of armor right now. Dome's about half a length, so it looks like he will be taking some HP damage right here. Then he's just got to mitigate it as best he can.
And they come in once again, Insane on that lightning gun, just whittling away at his armor down to 1 bar. Oh, he actually gets some quick feet on there, and the dome comes down. So no real damage done to Cyril in this dome. That's good for him.
Yep, but now he has the Griffin right on his tail, so he needs to do his best to dodge that. He doesn't have any good weapon that he can use though to break that, to break the sight on the Griffin, and to make it difficult for the Griffin to get the harpoons on him. And he just can't get away from him right now.
Look at how good of a job Bronk is doing keeping up with him. For the longest time, Bronk on Trapper was actually a couple steps ahead of a fleeing Kraken. That is so rare to see.
Still not even ready for the stage up, but there's no way he'll get the stage up inside these caves right here. He needs to get ready for the stage up and then get out of these caves if possible. But
yeah,
it depends. Are Hyde going to commit to going into the caves here with him? It looks like they are. Maybe if he goes underneath now and he can juke out without... Yeah, it looks like he's doing that. He's going underneath now and going to juke out the cave and try and get back to the opposite side of the map for the evolve. Like, he's managed to get away from the Griffin enough so that the harpoons aren't going to be an issue. But even so, Insane is still right on his tail. Get a vortex to him to knock him back. He should be able to get enough space here to go for the evolve. The question is it going to be enough for him to avoid any damage coming out of the evolve or not?
Yeah, I don't know. We will have to see. It looks like he's going to flee to the far side of the beach where so many monsters like to evolve on this map. No? Okay. Smart move. Maybe they didn't see him. I don't know. That seems a little bit too close. 70 meters out. They will almost definitely be on top of him before he's out of this.
Now. He'd be in. Question is, do they know he's there or not? They will now.
Yeah, Insane sees him. Look at that. Look at that punish on him. Cabot with the damage amp and Markov's lightning gun.
So we're here maxing up 2 spells. He's going to try his best in order to get them down as quickly as possible. Takes the medic down to half HP. And even lower here, the medic has no support from Hank right here. The medic has to do whatever she can. Manages to get out of the frontal cleave of the Kraken. And the lightning strike as the medic goes down.
And now he advances on Bronk. Medic down, and Bronk trying to get the medic back up. Bronk the Trapper. Lightning Strike will take out Bronk, I think. No, he dodges it. And Insane 521 still laying into him with that lightning gun. Cabot's damage amp. Look at the punish that they're putting on him right now. He is down to 25% life. That's about 2.5 bars.
He has to do whatever he can to survive this zone. Now, with no medic, there was no way for them to heal. Any damage he does down to them will be sustained for the next 2 minutes right now.
And Fiend goes down as well. So, wow.
He needs to get out. He needs to get armor right now.
Yeah, if he backs off and gets armor, he could actually take this. Insane pops the shield. Bronk comes in. Bronk about to go down, though.
Okay. But he's preventing Fiend from being revived right now. And Insane, he has to peel off and he has to do whatever he can.
This is a bad place. They might actually lose this. Insane, the last one left alive. Half-Life that dodges the lightning strike. He is down to 5% life. Trap draws all around Cyril, whittling away at his health. Only 5% left. He smartly stops and gets armor. Insane has no shield. This could be it. Vortex finishes off the assault player. Insane 521, and Cyril takes game number 5 off of Team Evolve Hype. Wow. That got intense there at the end.
Very close to the end there. I thought he was done for. But I thought that Evolve spot was going to cost him way too much. But he managed to make it work. Managed to get the medic down. And as soon as that medic's down, like, the whole way you play as a team has to change. You have to realize that every single life point you have is the most vital thing right at that point in time. Because it's very unlikely against Kraken that you're going to get the revive off. And I don't think they just appreciated how important their life points at that point in time were. They spent far too long and they wasted far too much life trying to revive that medic in the first place. And then after that, it just all fell apart for them.
Yeah, I almost feel like they should have just left the medic down and just continued to dish out damage. He was so low. He had no armor, and they had him below 20% for such a long period of time.
Yep. But it could have gone either way. It was very, very close. And in that sort of situation, looking back at it now, I'm sure they realised the mistakes they made. And going into the next game, it will be in the front of their mind. But at a point like that, you're not thinking about those sort of things. You have so much else going through your mind at that point in time that it was very difficult for them.
Yeah, so it is now 3-2 in favor of Eyes on You. We are about to go into game number 6. Will Team Evolve Hype be able to take a win and tie it up?
Yep. Going on to Distillery, I believe now. Is that correct?
Yes, Distillery will be the next map here.
Yep. Well, I know Silver can play really, really well on this map, so going into it, I'm sure he'll feel quite confident on it. But at the same time, we've seen that Hype's Hunter team is nothing to mess with. We saw how close it was right then, and they can definitely take this game. Like, this could go either way.
Yeah, for sure. This is this could be very, very surprising. We could see another tie here today, or we could actually see the first team ever in the Evolve Hype League to take a lead over another team and gain that additional bonus point, which will determine the team's seeding in an eventual tournament yet to come. Now, they should be going through their picking phase once again. I imagine we're probably going to see a similar or maybe even the exact same lineup as we saw the last couple games.
Perhaps. I think Hype might be running through their heads the possibility of a Hank pick right now, but we saw how they made it work in the first game with Calvert, and in that game it was still really, really close.
Yeah.
But the question is, do they want to go for that all-in again, or do they want to take the opportunity and play it more safe and focus more on that late-game fight?
Yeah, exactly. And that is the debate between Cabot and Hank. Hank being more defensive and Cabot being more offensive. Now, for those of you just tuning in to the first ever Evolve Hype League, the EHL broadcast, things do work a little bit differently here than in the ESL. Every single team plays against 2 other teams in a given week in a series of 6 matches each. Each match giving 1 point to the winner, which will be used to determine the seeding in an eventual tournament to come. This is game number 6 of the second matchup here today. This is Team Evolve Hype versus Eyes on You. And we are getting into the final game, game number 6, right now. Let's wait and see what they pick. I think it's going to be the exact same things. Tier 4 obviously is not allowed yet, so we do need to wait until that is added in, which does limit the choices, I think, at least for the time being.
Yep, I think they might go for the exact same thing. They've seen that it can work, and after that last game, they definitely know that they can take another win on a map like this. But the question is, does Syl have an ace up his sleeve right now? Because in that last game, he was very, very fortunate that he was able to get the strike on the medic at that point in time, and that just sent the whole of Team Hype into chaos. And he was very, very fortunate in that sort of situation. Like, I thought the Evolve was far too risky, and he got domed with no armor, but he was so lucky that he was able to get that medic down, and from that point on, he was able to win.
Insane just locked in Parnell. There's
we
no
have
way.
a Val locked in, a Hank locked in, and a Parnell locked in, and it looks like
this is real. Wow.
So, with a comp like this, there was great synergy between the Parnell and the Val because of the weak spots. The weak spots from Val don't affect any other assault the same way they affect Parnell, because the weak points only affect bullets and projectiles like that. Parnell is the only assault whose primary damage dealing ability is from bullets. So there's fantastic synergy between these 2 picks. The Val Trank Gun is also really, really good when combined with Abe, because it keeps the monster sorry, not with Abe, but with Griffin, because it keeps the monster slowed,
right,
and allows them to keep these halflings in for a much longer duration. However, at the same time, the speed boost is gone. Like, they have no way of sticking right on the monster if they can't keep those tranks in.
Yeah, so they need to find him, and they need to find him fast. Let's get some hype up in chat right now for this final game in this 6-game series. If you want to see Evolve Hype take the win here today and tie up this series 3-3, let's see some PogChamps in chat. And if you want to see Eyes on You, the Eyes on You's monster player Cyril take the win here today over Team Evolve Hype's Hunters, let's get some Dan Games Dan's games here in chat today. I can't talk. I've been talking for too long today. Covering the teams again real quick. For Eyes on You, we have Cyril, the monster player, playing the Kraken. For Team Evolve Hype on Assault, we have Insane 521 playing Parnell. For Medic, we have Polis playing Val. For Support, we have Fiend playing Hank. And on Trapper, we have Bronk playing Griffin.
Alright, so the main problem with this comp is that when it gets to late game, the comp just goes to utter shit. I apologise for my language, but Val's healing output is just not enough. And with Parnell, there was no area denial. Like, it's very much reliant on getting the monster early when the monster doesn't want to be domed and doing whatever damage to you can then. But then they have the Hank, which, like, it's, well, actually, I tell that, well, actually he's domed right now, so this is where they have to make or break it. But
Bronk could go down right here.
Too much damage.
Val can't heal through this.
Instantly. They have the shield right now, but the shield's gone.
Wow,
Like,
Bronk is going to go down.
Dead. Very little capacity on the shield left. No shield left whatsoever now.
Drops the orbital. Cyril is not letting up, though. Vortex knocks Bronk away, and he jumps back under the cover of the orbital at about 25% life. And Cyril is not letting up. Vortex takes him down to about 2%. The shield saves him once again, and Cyril wailing away with those auto attacks. Switches to Polis, the medic. Takes Polis out in one combo. Val, their healer, is down. And this is not looking good for Team Evolve Hype here today. This could be a very quick game.
They managed to get the medic up, but this is the problem with Val. Val can't heal herself. She has to rely on her healing burst, which is such a long cooldown. Cooldown on healing burst, which is 20 seconds. That's her only method of healing herself.
They are just now getting into real damage here, but the dome's already down.
Any damage which Val actually does to, like, well, any damage that Val takes from the monster is, like, it's almost permanent, because it takes so long for her to heal up from it. Like, this is where the comp comes into play, like, when the monster's trying to escape, just keeping him tranked and keeping the harpoon on him. But the issue is that while Trank doesn't put the monster in combat, the harpoon will, which increases the stamina traversal rate, and the Tranks don't do anything to slow the monster's flying speed. They only pull the monster down to the ground, but he's going to have enough traversal from being in combat anyway. They've managed to escape now, and there's no Trank on him. Like, they had very little way of catching back up to him.
Yeah, you know, I really like the way that Cyril played it there. Turn around, blow all of his cooldowns, get back to running. As soon as they're refreshed, turn around again, and he used that to consistently deal damage to the Hunter team until they had no choice but to stop pursuit to heal up.
Yep, and now we already saw that Val couldn't out-heal the damage he was doing at stage 1. However, they hope to out-heal the damage at the later stages of the game, stage 2 now, and going into stage 3. Like,
yeah.
This is very, very difficult for
They
him.
do get a dome indoors here. They chase him outdoors, and look at that. Right on Polis, right away. Those shields come out, but not enough. Polis down to 25% life, and Val with almost no way to heal, down at 50%. She goes down right away.
Yep. Too much damage. Like, a Hank shield is only enough of a gimmick to prevent some damage. Damage is eventually going to go through, and Val just doesn't have the opportunity to go through that. Still choosing to max out Banshee Mines, maxing out Vortex and Banshee Mines to stage 2 now. With 2 people down now, the medic dead, there is no protection from Tank anymore because Tank's down, and there's just nothing they can do anymore. They need to take the dome down, and then they need to run. But even so, this is a really difficult situation for Hype to come back from.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Team Evolve Hype here today. Insane 521 down to 5% life, about to be finished off right here. No, he does manage to stay alive as he switches to Bronk.
The Trapper goes down, and Insane of no shield just GG.
And that's it. Wow, what a fast game. 5 minutes, 25 seconds right here as Cyril the Monster roars in victory. And we hear Insane 521, not muted, say A for effort. Yes, I will give them that. It was an interesting try and a perfect example as to why Val needs some serious love. She is not viable in competitive play.
I just don't think it works. Like, there's only very specific scenarios in which it will work. And against Kraken, with the changes to how Trank affects the Kraken's flying speed. It just doesn't work anymore. Just Val isn't a good counter to Kraken, especially with the burst damage that it does. If Val takes one lightning strike, then that's 2 or 3 healing bursts, which is a minute before she's able to get back to full HP. Like, sure, they can try it, but they shouldn't really be trying it in a tournament game.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, it is the regular season, I guess you could call it, to determine placement in the tournament. So maybe they feel a little more comfortable putting on a show, trying out new things, because there will be many, many more games of Evolve to come in this Evolve Hype League before the tournament actually is underway. This is just that regular season.
Good game, man.
Yep. I mean, we can just blame Insane. He made his Hunter team lose, obviously.
And I'm sure Insane would love to hear that from you. I know he's laughing about it, or he will be as soon as he hears it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's just that everyone died. That was the issue. Yeah. Everyone died, and that's how they lost the game. Like, I know as funny as it is for me to say it, but that's just what cost them the game. The fact that there was just not enough healing output from the Vow in order to sustain the damage output that Kraken was doing, and the Hank shield just wasn't able to assist in that at all, really.
Yeah, the Hank really wasn't. It's just not enough healing. The Hank is forced, I think, to keep that shield up longer than he would normally want to, which causes it to drain and not regen. And it just starts yet another cascading effect of a cascading series of bad effects, I should say.
Yeah, just the way it is right now, I think that Lazarus is more ideal for competitive play than Val is, just because the healing output is so poor that if the monster gets to stage 2, you effectively have lost the game. She's very much a pick sort of like Cabot in the fact that you need to get that momentum going in order to keep the game 50-50, but she just doesn't work as well.
Right.
Even early game, she relies heavily on the Hunter team being able to dodge all of the abilities that the monster outputs, and in a situation like this, when you have a good solid monster player like Cyril, that's just not happening.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, this will conclude our first broadcast ever of the Evolve Hype League. Please make sure to follow both this channel and Evolve Hype TV, which should be posted in chat in just a moment, for any future updates on when we go live. We should have another broadcast tomorrow, and we're going to try and get things scheduled so that we can do broadcasts on a daily basis with competitive Evolve matches going on consistently to give you something exciting to watch. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. We broke 1K followers today. That is a huge milestone for the channel. If you haven't done so already, please hit that follow button down below. It is free. Follow us on Twitter and YouTube as well. I did just receive the mail from 2K for those high-definition videos from the Evolve PAX East Pro-Am that I mentioned during these